Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the video. So today we're going to be making a tier list of every minigame in the first Mario Party. Only the first one. I might do more videos covering the other Mario Party minigames if you guys enjoy this, because that'll be a lot of fun. But I thought we'd just start off with just the first game for now. And I mean, it pretty much sounds like what it is. I am going to basically go through each game, and we're going to talk about whether it's good, bad, just okay. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Now the way I'm going to judge each one is pretty much going to be: is the game fun? Does it have any kind of like challenge to it, where it's like actually kind of hard to win? Because if a game's like way too easy, then it's kind of like, nah, not that interesting. And also how well balanced the game is for all players involved. Now obviously that's going to come down more to the team games, but I think it will stand. Also, if the game has way too much luck involved in it, probably not going to get a lot of praise for that. But let's just go through it and see where things land. I haven't actually really thought too much about this before starting it, so we'll just kind of go through each game and I'll have a little talk about each one and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we'll be doing them by section, so it'll be the 4-player minigames first, and then it'll be the 1v3s, and then it'll be the 2v2s, and then it'll be the single player games. So starting off with the 4-player games, we have first Balloon Burst. Oh, also, the tiers: A, S is like the game's amazing, A is the game's just good, B is it's okay, like it's just average, it's not really good, not really bad, C is it's, you know, not great, you know, it's not the worst, but it's not that great, and then D is just, it's like horrible. Just every time the game shows up, you just be like, ugh, like you loathe having to play it. So Balloon Burst. I think Balloon Burst goes in A for me, because it's a game that requires just skill to win. Like, that you can't really blame the game, that you win by just being the best at it. It's all about just doing the rhythm of pumping the balloon up, and the right, you know, doing the right rhythm of going back and forth with the A, B button, and it's just all skill based. And it gets pretty tense if you have a few players that are like really close to each other. You know, it's not the most fun game because you're just, you know, pressing A, B, A, B, A, B. So I don't think it goes into amazing, but it definitely, I think, gets a lot of props for being just skill based and can get pretty tense pretty quickly, with it being very close. So I think A for Balloon Burst. It's a solid game. Solid game. Next is Bombs Away. Bombs Away is a classic game. I think, I don't know if I want to put it A or S for sure, because Bombs Away is a very fun game. It's pretty frantic. You can definitely screw each other over, which in Mario Party, being able to screw the other players over on any opportunity is always, you know, a lot of fun. You can really screw with people by jumping on their heads. You can fall off very easily if you're, you know, not too careful, and it's very fun. It's definitely a little bit of luck involved, I would say, a little tiny bit of luck involved with, you know, when cannonballs actually hit the island, and, you know, depending where you are at the time. But you can definitely, for the most part, I think you can usually tell if a bomb's going to hit the island before it hits it. I think Bombs Away goes in S. And this is a good game, top tier game. Top tier game in Mario Party 1. Now obviously these listings are going to be exclusively based in like the game that I'm ranking. Like, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh well, it's not as good as Bombs Away and Mario Party 2, so it doesn't get S. Like, no, these are just these games. These are not getting ranked against the other Mario Parties right now. These are just ranked against each other. Okay? So I think in terms of all the games in Mario Party 1, I think Bombs Away goes in S. Next up we got Box Mountain Mayhem. Coin collecting game. You smash the boxes to try and get coins. Some of the boxes you punch will like bounce out away from the mountain and will sometimes burst out like bags of coins. And even if you're the one that breaks it, you're not necessarily always going to get all the coins, because you don't just get them. They like pour out onto the ground and like move. So even if you break a box that's got a bunch of coins in it, other players can try and grab them, which I think is takes away a lot of the luck involved in just, you know, hitting the right boxes, because even if you hit the right box, you're not necessarily going to get all the coins in it. I think this one goes in A. It's not as good as, I don't think it's up there as with Bloomburst. It's a very short game, frantic, pretty fun. Definitely some skill involved in trying to like grab coins, and a bit of strategy with if you want to stay back and try and get coins that other people like bring out, or if you want to just go in and bash stuff. But I think it's a perfectly fine game. It's a bit short, very very short game. Ends very quickly, but I think A, Foxmountain Mayhem's a solid game. Okay, now this might be a controversial opinion, although I don't think it should be. I know Bumper Balls is a beloved classic Mario Party game that people will remember very fondly from their childhood. But the fact is, I've played a lot of Mario Party, and from my experience, Bumper Balls pretty much always ends with two people left, not able to hit each other out, because nobody wants to take the risk of trying to trick the other person into like getting too close to the edge. Ends up just being two people bashing at each other in the middle, not making any headway for like 30 seconds, and I would say honestly like 90% of the time, if you're playing with 4 people who are, you know, somewhat competent at the game, 90% of the time it ends in a draw, and for that I think it honestly has to go in C tier. If it had more ways, if it was a deeper game that wasn't just bashing, I would get it up there. But the fact that it ends in a tie so often because of the way it works, they definitely improved it in Mario Party 2, I'll say that. They improved it a little bit in Mario Party 2 with some of the other levels that you can get, but it's, in Mario Party 1, no. I would say, honestly, every time this comes up, I'm like, oh great, nobody's going to win. It's going to be a tie, nobody gets coins, and it just kind of takes up a lot of time and it's kind of boring. So, it's not a horrible game. You know, it's not like horrendously bad, but I think it has to go in C for sure. Next up we have Buried Treasure. This game is entirely luck based. If you start off next to the treasure, if the treasure starts off close to you, more likely you're going to get it. If you're the first to find a sign, you're more than likely, I mean, even if you're first to find a sign, if it's not pointing in the direction that's close to you, then other players can see the sign as well and will be able to go, you know, where it is. The fact that it's so log based and you have very little control over how, you know, how often you can actually win it, I think it also goes in C tier, because it's still somewhat a fun game and can get kind of, you know, hectic and, you know, can get very competitive when you're trying to race to the chest. It's not a horrible game, it's not unfun, but the fact that it's so luck based, I think it's kind of not great and has to go in C. Next up we have Castaways. This is actually kind of a tough one, because it's a good concept for a game, and it's a good opportunity to get a lot of coins. You basically cast your rod out to try and catch coins, bags and chests that are like going by. You have to try and time your cast to land on the things and then reel them in. This game I mean, it's a good concept, but when you're actually playing this on an N64, the control stick is kind of garbage on that controller, and this game's actually, I feel like, is actually kind of difficult to play. It's kind of difficult to actually, you know, get the cast that you want. But it is also mostly skill based, and a lot of the time try to time it right. It definitely loses points for having the spinny stick mechanic in it a little bit. Not as bad as other games, but it does have it. I think it goes in okay. It's not. It's got enough good things to keep out of bad, and then but enough bad things. The controls and the spinny stick, I think, keeps it out of A. But the actual skill involved in timing and the fact that it's actually kind of a long game and you get a lot of opportunities to, you know, try and get coins even if you are, you know, making a lot of mistakes, keeps it out of bad. So it goes in B, I think. Next up is Coin Block Blitz. You basically just hit the blocks and get coins. It's completely luck based, whether you get how many coins you get in each one. It's a very short game, not super interesting. Probably goes in C, below Buried Treasure. It's not a horrible game. Every time it comes up, you're like, oh well, I'm going to get some coins out of it. You know, whether I get a lot or not is, you know, but you're pretty much guaranteed to get some coins out of it. So it's usually, you know, it's not a super fun game, but usually people would be happy when it comes up. But I think it still has to go in C tier because it's just not very interesting of a game. It is just pretty much all luck based. So C. Then we have Crazy Cutters. Honestly, Crazy Cutters, solid game. Goes in S. The game's entirely skill based, so whether you can do well enough at drawing the line, doing the outline of the image. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun game. It's yeah, I mean, it's just a solid game. I don't really have any complaints about Crazy Cutters. It's just a solid game. And I think it goes in S. Anytime this game comes up, I think everybody's like, yes, Crazy Cutters. Because you know, and we'll just say right now, Facelift, exactly the same. Honestly, I think both of these go above. Bombs Away. They're both great games, both the same kind of concept of trying to, you know, just do something very precise, and it's really just your skill involved, and, you know, try to do the thing right. I think Crazy Cutters is probably more fun because with Facelift a lot of the time you can like kind of finish the face in like like the first half, and then you're just kind of waiting, which is a bit boring. But yeah, Crazy Cutters, yeah. S for both, I would say. Next up we have Grab Bag. Honestly, a great game. It's a great game because it's basically just, if one person has a lot of coins, you just gang up on them. Which is it's a great way to try and, you know, get for the people behind to try and catch up in coins with the people who are ahead by just ganging up on them. It's just a very fun game. You just steal coins from the other players while trying not to get coins stolen from yourself. I think doesn't go in S. I think A for sure. We'll put it up between Box Mayhem and Balloon Burst. Next up we have Hammer Drop. Again, it's okay, I would say. It's a coin collecting game. It's somewhat random and luck based with what coins he throws out and where he throws them and when he throws hammers. The fact that you can fall off and that's you just out of the game, I think makes it a bit better as well, because you can have to be a bit more careful. I would say it's, you know, probably more fun than Castaway. We'll put it above Castaway, but it's still just okay. It's okay. Next up we have Hot Bomb. If the mechanics of this game were different, I would put it in A probably. But I think the fact, because the actual concept of it is good, you just throw the bomb and then, you know, whoever it lands on loses. If they made this like the second game where it was you know, last person standing to get coins, that would be better. But the fact that it's like one person gets blown up and that's it, and then they just lose coins and everybody else gets 5 coins from them, makes it a bit shittier. I guess it's nice that you can just gang up on the person that's winning. Everybody just throw it to them to try and get them out so that they lose. But I think the whole survival thing is better when, you know, it whittles down to like 3 and then 2 people, and then the last person standing wins. So I think but it's still good. It's still good. that's still some good stuff. So it'll go in okay, I think. Yeah. Next up is Hot Rope Jump. Hot Rope Jump. A or S? Hot Rope Jump's a great game. It's all about just timing your jumps and surviving as long as you can. Although, well, in Mario Party 1, it goes to 20 turns. Or 20 jumps before it just ends. I don't remember if it's a tie if everybody gets to the end or if everybody gets coins. I'm gonna hold on, I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't remember how that actually works in this. Because I think if everybody gets coins or ties and just doesn't get anything, will change how this actually gets voted here. All the players successfully jump 20 or 40 in Minigame Island times before being burnt. The mini portables disappear and all the players do a winning pose. However, if one player touches the flame, the mini portables disappear and the other players slump in disappointment, while one player already burns. There's their losing quote. Oh! Okay. I think because that is again not a survival thing. If one person gets hit, it just ends, which means this game a lot of the time can end in like the first couple of jumps, which obviously isn't great. But the game itself, mechanically, it all being skill based, and you know, just whoever does the best doesn't like lose. I think it goes in A, but it goes below everything else in A. Next up we have Keep Away. This was an interesting concept that about the so many games that they had in Mario Party 1 where it was like team based. There was 2 games in it that was all about you actually working together for everybody to try and get coins. Which was kinda cool. But Keep Away is not as interesting as the other one. I think it goes in okay, because it's kinda easy to win, I would say, but there's very possible you'd still mess it up. And the fact that you're working as a team is an interesting concept, because if you're ahead in coins and you don't need the coins, you could really screw everybody else over by just not letting them get any and intentionally try to lose the game. I think it goes in B. It's okay. It's okay. Next up's Mario Bandstand. This game is weird because it's all about, I mean, it's just all about time and music and just hitting the notes at the right time, and just whoever does it better wins. So I think it goes in A, probably above Hot Rope Jump, I would say, just because Hot Rope Jump's thing of as soon as one person's burned they'll lose makes it not as good as it could be. Not much to say about Mario Bandstand. It's just press the buttons at the right time with the music. Whoever does the best wins. So very simple game, but it's fine. It's pretty good. Mushroom Mix-Up goes in S. Honestly, I think we'll put it above Facelift, but not above Crazy Cars. Yeah, Mushroom Mix-Up's just a very, very fun game. It's all skill based. It's plenty of opportunities to screw over the other players, and it can get very hectic very fast and very stressful with how fast the mushrooms go if you survive long enough. And it's just a great game of a fun time every time it comes up. Then it's musical mushrooms this game's called, I think. It's some musical mushrooms. You run around the mushroom, music stops, run to the middle, hit the chest. This game's okay as well. It's not great, it's short. It's kinda luck, you know what? Yeah, it's kinda luck based with where you are when the music stops. If you're behind a mushroom or not, then you're kind of at a disadvantage. Yeah, you know what? I think kinda bad. I think we'll put it up. I mean, it's not as luck based as Buried Treasure. there's still some skill involved in trying to jump up as fast as you can before anybody else. So I think it's above that, but it's not. Bumper Balls is definitely more of a fun game though, so we'll keep it there. Now we got Platform Peril. Another game it's fine in concept, but the fact that none of all the platforms are the same, other than some little pyramid things that really are again luck based, whether you're in front of one or not, with whatever the layout is. The fact that you can grab some coins in the way though, and it is mostly for the most part is skill based on just, you know, doing the right jumps to try and, you know, get ahead and move the fastest. It's fine. Platform Peril, I think it's probably above Keep Away. It's fine. If I'll put it above you as well. Yeah, we'll put it there. Kind of middle ground overall. Okay, this again, I think. I don't remember. Running of the Bulb. Yeah, that's what it's called. Another team. This is the other team game. You have to get to the end of the hall with the bulb, where you have to punch ghosts while one person with the key tries to stay away from the ghosts, and you have to avoid the thwomps and make sure you don't get caught by the big ghost. Definitely a more challenging and way more fun version of Keep Away. Especially with there being way better chance to screw other players over if you don't want them to get coins. So I think it's definitely better, but it's still just okay. We'll put it there. It's slightly better than Keep Away, but not a lot better. Next up is Shy Guy Says. Fucking S tier. Shy Guy Says this is one of the most stressful mini games. It's all about skill. It's all about just pressing the right button. And this little Shy Guy loves to trick you. And the longer the game goes on, the more stressful you get, which means the more anxious you get, the more likely you are to make mistakes. So it's just a great game. I think honestly goes probably here. Yeah, right now. Next up is Skateboard Scamper. Honestly, I don't know with this game. I mean, the game itself and concept is fun. It's all just, you know, you're racing, tapping a button, go on your skateboard, jump over thwomps. You can grab coins in the way that will, you know, potentially slow you down. But I can never understand how this game works in terms of like tapping the button fast. It seems like whoever's, I don't know, it just seems random sometimes who it actually gives the win to. It's a very weird game, but it's still kind of fun. I think we'll put it in okay, probably above, yeah, we'll put it at the top of okay, because it is a very fun game, but it does feel somewhat hard to know exactly how it chooses who wins sometimes, because I definitely will say, as someone who knows he's way faster at tapping buttons than the people he's most likely that he mostly plays with, sometimes feels like no matter how fast I tap at the last little stretch, I just somehow don't win, no matter how fast I can press the button, and I just don't understand it. I don't know. But it's still a fun game. It'll go into okay. Top of okay. Okay, next up is Slot Card Derby. I fucking love this game. I just want to say, a lot of people I watch who play... There's a lot of times I watch people play Mario Party on YouTube, and so many people seem to not understand how Slot Card Derby works, and they end up hating it because they don't know how to play it properly. But when you actually know how to play it and know how it works, it's a very, very fun game that's entirely based on your skill. And I just think it's great. I don't think it's S tier, but I think it goes like, yeah, top of A tier for me. It's not a hard game to work out. You just hold up in the stick, hold the stick up to go. Whenever you see smoke trail in your car, it means you're going to spin out, so let go of the thumbstick a little bit to slow down, and then when the smoke trail goes away, speed up again. And that's it. It's not difficult. It's literally just go, hold it up when you're on straights, and when you're going through turns, slow down a bit. That's it. It's a lot of people somehow don't understand how this game works and are very confused by it, but I think it's great and I love it. It's a lot of fun, and it's definitely just all skill, whether or not you win or not. Next up is Topsy Turvy. Again, I think it goes probably the top of okay for me. Like, it's skill based, but it's not a super fun game. It's over very quickly. It's okay. It's okay. Well, yeah, not much to say about it. It's just okay. You just move around the panel, have a shell roll over all the panels to uncover them. First person to do all of the ones. It's okay. Next up is Deepsea Divers, I think that's what it's called. Fun collecting game. This is the last 4-player minigame. You dive down, grab chests, come back up to the top with chests, and you get the coins. You have to avoid sharks and squid, and yeah, sharks and bloopers on the way. If they hit you, you drop the chests. I think this game's pretty good. A better coin collecting game than Box Mountain Mayhem, I would say. It's all about, you know, everybody goes for the big chests first. You have to try and avoid the sharks. You can kind of get in other people's way to try and stop them from getting up. The fact that your character can drown and get forced back up to the top and drop whatever they're holding if they stay underwater way too long is good, because then you can't just camp at the bottom to wait for stuff to get out of the way. You kind of have to move. And it's just a fun game. It's short, but it's a good game. Very hectic. Try to grab the the big coins before anybody else. Yeah, it's a solid game. All right, now we're on to the 1v3s. First game is Ashen Cash. I have mixed feelings about this game because I'm trying to be very unbiased when talking about these. But now we're into the team games, specifically the 1v3s, which are definitely the highest amount of arguments would come out of, because there's a lot of 1v3 games, specifically in Mario Party 1, I would say. Nearly every 1v3 game feels like it's skewed to one side, where the one player or the 3 players have a big advantage in winning. Especially with how some of the 1v3 games work in this game. Ashen Cash is kind of just a shitty for the one person, because it's basically, hey, one player, you are going to lose coins and have no way of earning coins. You're literally just going to lose coins in this game, and your best case scenario is coming out without losing any and gaining nothing out of it. And it's just like, how's that fair? It's such an unfair game. It's great for if you're on the 3 people, but if you're the one person, it's kind of shitty. And honestly, I think it goes in D. The fact that it's such a one-sided game feels kind of lame to me, and just makes me think. I mean, it's a fun game. It's definitely fun if you're the 3, but if you're the 1, it's just a shit time. And I think they should have made it better. They should have thought of some way for the one player to get something out of it, rather than their best case scenario just being, oh, just don't lose any coins and that's it. Because if you're the one person and you're like, okay, minigame this round, I need to win some coins to get the star that's in front of me, and then it's like 1v3 and you're like, okay, I'm the one, let's hope that it's a game that I can get some coin that I can win at, or that I'm good at, and then it's like, oh, coin bash, or whatever it's called. Like, oh cool, I have literally 0 chance of winning any coins from this. You know? So, yeah. First game to go in D, it's just not great for that reason. Next up is Bowlover. Again, it's the opposite. The one person earns coins from this, the 3 players get nothing from it. They just have to try and not lose coins. It's the exact same. It goes in D. It's just not, it's not a good game, in my opinion. It's, if you're the one person, that's great. If you're the 3 people, this thing, they improved this. And 2, because they made it so the one person only wins if they hit down the 3 players, and if the 3 players don't get hit down, they win coins. I would say it's probably a little bit more slanted on the 3 player side to be able to win a lot easier. But at least both people, you know, at least both teams actually have a chance of getting coins out of it. Whereas in the first one, they don't. Only the one person gets coins out of it, and the 3 players get shit all. So, goes in D. Next up we have Coin Block Bash. Very similar game to Coin Block Blitz. You break blocks to get coins, except this time, you know, the blocks only contain either 1 coin or a bag. It takes quite a few hits to actually break them, and the one player has a hammer, where they can break the blocks instantly, but you can steal the hammer from them. So it doesn't really feel like a 1v3, because everybody can get coins out of it, and the 3 people aren't really working together. And then you can just steal the hammer from the one player, so it's kind of weird. I think it's okay. I think we'll put it at the bottom of okay. It's fine. Alright. Now this is another controversial game. Coin Flower Shower. It's getting put at the bottom of D. Well, you know what? It's actually better than these two, because at least no matter which side you're on, you can win coins. You get coins out of it, but it still deserves to go in D for the fact that if you're the one player, you can easily get 20 plus coins in this game. But if you're on one of the 3 people, then you're lucky if you get 2 or 3 coins out of the whole game. It's so one-sided, it's unbelievable. And if the one player falls off the flower and dies, the game just ends. Which I think is like, okay, why would you end? Why not have the rest of the coins come down, and then the three players can take them all? You know, the one player fucked up, the other 3 should get a chance to get all the coins since they lost. But it's just like, no, the game just ends. So it's just, yeah. If you're in the 3, it just kind of sucks. You know, you at least have a chance to get some coins out of it wherever you are, but it's not a lot. It's another game that's incredibly one-sided, so it goes in D. Next up is Crane Game. Again, another game where it's just this goes at the bottom. It's one player gets to either get coins from a chest, a bag, or a coin, or steal coins from the 3 players, and the 3 players basically just have to hope they don't go for them, and they get nothing out of it. Best case scenario, then they get nothing. It's kind of shitty. A lot of the 1v3 games are really bad in this game. Next up is Paddle. What the hell's this game called again? Is it just like River Paddle or something? Hold on. I have a list of the games here. I forget what this one's actually called. It's Paddle something, I'm sure. Paddle Battle, of course. This game is a good concept with, you know, you trying to paddle each other over to each shore where a shy guy will hit you and make you lose coins. I think the fact that you're stealing coins from each other makes the game not as good, because no matter what, people are going to come out in the negative. Or you can end up in situations where this very long game ends with nobody getting any coins and everybody just keeping what they had, because it goes back and forth the same amount. And the fact that the whole game is played by spinning the very, very hard control stick of the N64, which gave everybody blisters and made their palms bleed, try to spin it as fast as they could. I think it's a bad game. I think it's a very bad game. It would be better if the way you paddle was by like tapping 2 buttons back and forth, like maybe LR, and rather than getting attacked when you went to the shore, you would get given coins if you went to your side. Or if you went to the other player's side, you would get given coins somehow, and then it would just be about, you know, everybody trying to get as many coins as they can, and, you know, not having their palm get shredded apart, try to spin that shitty stick. But at the end of the day, it's still better in the sense that it's balanced. So I think it's definitely, I mean, it's painful though, and it can end with nobody getting anything. So I think, yeah, it goes to the bottom. The fact that it can end with nobody having anything after all that pain just makes it horrible. Bottom of the list. Pipe maze is literally just one person picks a pipe, and you just have to hope that it goes to you. Kind of a shitty game. It's probably better than all these because everybody has this equal chance pretty much of getting the coins, so it makes it more fair, but it is just entirely luck based. And there's no way to, the pipes are long enough that there's really no way to tell where it's going to go. Unless you're fucking got like photographic memory or some shit. So, detail. Pretty much every 1v3 game has got any detail. Yeah, the 1v3 games in Mario Party 1 were kind of garbage. But we have 3 left. So, let's see. This one's actually kind of good. It's definitely... I mean, it's one-sided for the one player if the one player's decent enough at the game. It's somewhat easy to just avoid everything and just win. And I feel like the 3 players don't really have much control over how well they do. You know, they have kind of a maximum of how fast they can make the banana plant go. Like, if the one player goes through the entire thing without, like, making a mistake, they just automatically win. And it's fairly easy to do that. It's a kind of a one-sided, but it's still way better than the rest. But not horrible. We'll put it above the luck-based games at least, but it's not as fun as Bumper Balls. So we'll put it there. Next up is Tightrope Treachery. One of the few, probably the only 1v3 game that actually feels somewhat balanced in a way, where the one player can sometimes win and the 3 players can sometimes win. The game isn't kind of entirely relying on how good the 3 players are at shooting the cannons though. The one player really doesn't have much control over how well they do, although they just really have to, I mean, other than, you know, moving themselves back to the middle of the rope if they get, you know, skewed off a little bit, but really outside of that, not much. It's mostly due to how good the 3 players with cannons are, but it's still somewhat, it's the most balanced 1v3 game by far. So I think it goes in okay. Okay, just above this one. Yeah. Tightrope Treachery is next. Again, it's a spinning stick game, which makes it bad just from that. It will at least go above... I think it'll at least go above everything else, and it at least goes to the top. Well, not the top. It goes below Pipe Maze, but here it's better than the rest of these because at least with this game, it's pretty much as balanced in terms of who can win, and each side has a good chance of winning and getting coins out of it. But the fact that just the fact that it's spinning the stick with the shitty N64 control just puts it down by a lot because it's just horrible. If this game was controlled by just tapping L and R or something, it would be a lot better. So, okay, now we're on to the 2v2 games. Bobsled Run. This game's fucking great. It's a great game. 2v2. It's just a race and bobsleds, and there's not much else. You just have to try and go as fast as you can and get to the end first. It's, you know, good team game, good fun. I think goes up in A. It's just a solid game. Yeah, put it right below Balloonburst, I would say. Next up is Bombsketball. This game's kind of shitty in my opinion. If you start with a bomb, which I don't even know how the game decides, I think it's just random. Or maybe it's like the 2 players that are like doing worse, I don't know. But it feels like the people who start with a bomb pretty much always just immediately win within like a few seconds. Because it's incredibly easy to just run up and just throw it in. So I think it's kind of bad. But it's not the worst. Because you can, I think, still have a chance of winning if you're the 2 players without the bomb. But it definitely goes at the very bottom of kind of bad, in my opinion. Just because of how kind of unbalanced it is with you know, the players starting with the bomb. I don't know why they couldn't just have all the players start in the middle and have the bomb sitting, or all the players start at the corners and have the bomb sitting in the middle, and then you all like run it to try and grab it. That would be better. But I don't know. Not a great game, just for that. Next up we have I don't remember what this one's called. Deepsea Fishing, I think this one's called. We've got Deepsea Divers, and then this one's Deepsea Fishing, I think. The person that with on the line swims down to grab chests, and then the person in the boat has to then reel them in. The fact that the reeling again is with a thumbstick, but you don't have to go insanely fast using the palm. You can just use your thumb, which makes it a lot easier. Yeah, I think this game's solid. It's not. It's okay. I think it's okay. We'll put it above. We'll put it here, I think. Yeah. The spinning stick definitely makes it worse. I think if it didn't have the spinning stick controls for the one person in the boat, it would be better. But we'll put it there for now. Because you don't have to go insane with the stick spinning like some of these other games, but you do still have to with that very uncomfortable controller. Next up is Desert Dash, a game that's just all about timing and going as fast as you can with the time. It's just a simple race. I don't think it's as fun as Bobsled Run, but I think it's a good game. We'll put it like right here, I think. Yeah. Handcut Havoc. This game is fucking weird, man. It feels so hard to actually stay on this track without, you know, you can fall off so easily, which makes this game actually kind of challenging. I think it definitely deserves to go. It's not as fun as Bobsled Run, but I think it definitely deserves to be an A tier because it's a solid game. Because it's actually difficult and people just get way too greedy while trying to go fast and just fall off immediately. I think that's, yeah, now we're down to the single player games, which are going to be based, I think, there's going to get a lot of judgment for how easy they are, because if the game's way too easy then it's just free coins for anybody that lands on it, which I don't think is good. The single player games should be at least somewhat challenging for the person to win, to get coins out of it. So first we have Ghost Guess. Honestly a solid game. It can be a little tough, but not super tough to see where the ghost is. So we'll put it at the bottom of good, because it's but sometimes it's also very easy. So we'll put it in good. Ground Pound goes in bad because it's the easiest game in the fucking existence. If you don't know how, if you literally fail at this game, then it feels impossible to actually lose at this game, unless you're literally like a toddler or something. So it's bad. I mean, yeah, it's above all this crap, but it goes there. It's below Pipe Maze just for being way too easy to win. This one was Knock Block Tower. Good, I think a good amount of challenge to it. Put it above Hot Rope Jump. Good amount of challenge to it. Does depend on the amount of boxes and stuff, but it's got a good. I think this is a good example of good amount of challenge for the single player games. Next up we have Limbo Dance again. Very challenging game. Very challenging game to win. Sometimes feels a little too hard in some parts. But I think we'll put it above Ghost Guess. Yeah. Memory Match. I mean, it's a memory game, so somewhat luck based. But at the end of the day, as long as your memory's not garbage, you pretty much can. You know, we'll put it in okay, like. Yeah, like middle of okay. As long as your memory's not complete garbage, you can get 10 coins out of this. You know, it's a very simple little memory game. You get just enough time. I think you get just enough time to hit the Bowser face once that stuns you, and then also figure out where all the other ones are and get them all matched up. You have literally, I think they nailed just exactly the amount of time you need to get all that done. as long as you don't forget where things are. So it goes in okay. Pedal power, it's literally just spinning the stick as fast as possible, so it goes in the bottom. Bad game, simply for that fact. It's a very stressful game, and it's funny if you're not the one playing it to watch the other person struggling. But in terms of actually game, if I get a single player game and this pops up, I will give a big sigh of great. Next up is shell game. You watch the shells spin and try and follow the one with the chest. It's okay. It's really not that difficult to follow the shell. I think it goes below memory game. It's probably easier than memory game, I would say. It's definitely not a difficult thing to follow. So we'll put it in okay. Slot machine is a slot machine. It's just all, I mean, most of the lot base you can kind of time it, but it's still a slot machine. We'll put it in bad, like there. Teetering towers. This is another game I see a lot of people having. I see some people struggle with when they're first trying it because they don't understand how it works. But when you actually know how this game works, it's actually kinda easy, like really easy to win at consistently. So I think we'll put this in okay, because it still obviously has a bit of a challenge for people who haven't really played it much. So we'll put it there in okay. Next up we have the most broken game in Mario Party 1, Piranha Plant. The Piranha Plant game that I don't remember the name of. Oh, Whack-A-Plant, that's what it's called, Whack-A-Plant. If you're not, if you're even just decent at this minigame, you can get like 20 to 30 coins, and it's kind of broken for a single player to get. I think it goes in kind of bad. The fact that it's so easy to get that many coins, and it's all just, if you just get it, I think makes it kind of busted. But it's still, if you're the one person that got it, you'll be pretty happy about it. So we'll put it like there. We'll put it above that, because you get a lot of coins out of it, which is great, but I think it's kind of shitty in terms of, it's a bit too easy, so it goes in bad. And then I don't actually know what to do with this game, because this isn't really a minigame you even play. This is like a special game outside of the main game that you can unlock. There's just a bumper ball maze. I mean, it's definitely better than bumper balls, so we'll put it in okay. Put it in the bottom of okay, because it's just a bumper ball maze. It's challenging, but it really can't be tiered with everything else, because it never shows up in the main game ever. So yeah, but I think it's a fun game if you actually play it, so we'll put it there. And that's all of them. Every game in Mario Party 1. Best games: Crazy Cutters, Mushroom Mix-Up, Shy Guy Says, Facelift, Bombs Away. They are the best games in my opinion. If you want to do this, I will leave a link for you to create your own tier list of Mario Party minigames if you like in the description. And if you guys like this video, I'll maybe try to do the other Mario Parties as well. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Have a good day. Bye bye.